FMVMachine makes interacting a breeze. FMVMachine create and distribute with ease. Make the interactive fill up your dreams. Let the whole world see what you have to stream.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to install, use, and create with FMVMachine. FMVMachine is a software, free and open source, that will allow you to create and distribute interactive videos. So interactive films, interactive marketing, any kind of interactive material. And what is that? Those are basically videos or films that allow the viewer to not just watch in a linear fashion, but be able to actually interact at certain points with the video and alter and change the way the video behaves. Before you even install any of this, you have to make sure you have Nodejs installed. Type in Nodejs. It'll be the first one that pops up. Click on download and install Nodejs. You can do it, now this is if you want to do it through the command prompt. You can also use a pre-built installer. You select Windows or macOS. You select the most current Nodejs, and then you download and you install. Now once you have Nodejs installed, which also comes with the npm, which is what we're going to need. Once that's installed, we can continue. So the first step is to open up your terminal. If you're on Mac OS, it would be the terminal. If you're on Windows, it would be PowerShell, Linux, terminal. So once you open up your terminal, we're going to first make sure we're in the desktop. You can go to whatever directory you want, documents, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm going to go to, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go to the documents. So CD, right, change directory, CD, documents, and you'll see now I'm in the documents folder. I'm going to create a new folder, FMVMachine. So make mkdir directory, and then I'm going to call this one FMVMachine, right? And then we're going to change directory CD into the folder we just created. So CD FMV machine. And now you'll see right here we're in our folder. So now we're going to go ahead and download the project. Alright? All we have to do is put git clone, right? Git clone, and that's going to allow us to clone and download the repository. And then we're going to put in the address, the link of the repository, which is https github.com/midnightroachmedia/FMV, all capital, and then lowercase machine. Well, actually, no, machine is, the M is capital too. So FMV and M are all capital, and then the rest of machine is lowercase. So if you have to pause the video, pause it, but that's how it's going to look. That's the repository. Right? And then we're going to hit enter. And as you can see, oh, I forgot to put the .git. My bad. Fortunately for me, it redirected and it corrected that. But yeah, you just put .git. So now we should have that folder with those files inside the folder. So now let's CD again, because we got to go into the root of that main directory. So CD and then FMV machine. Remember, FMVM are all capital. FMV machine. And now you see we're in the FMV machine, right? So what are we going to do? We need to first install all the dependencies. The dependencies are what the actual Electron application needs in order to run. Hit npm install, And this will take just a second because it's going to install all the dependencies. And now everything's installed. So now we hit npm and start. So this is our app. We have an import video, create hotspot, switch to playback mode, and I'll go over what all this does. Let's first start with the import video. On the left, you have your video list. This is every time you import a video, all the videos you import will appear in this list. Whenever you create hotspots on a particular video, those hotspots for that video will appear in the hotspot list. Let's import a video so I can show you. So I'll import just 2 videos for this example. Actually, I'll import 3 so we can actually make a whole little interactive process. Alright, I'm going to import 4 videos. Okay, so we have our videos. Now, as you can see from the list, I can select the videos. Down here we have video options. This is the play pause. Right? This is the slider that lets us adjust the position of the video and the frames. This is the timestamp that lets us know where in our video we are. And then we have video options. What does that do? Video options, when you click on it, gives us 2 options. Right? Sometimes you don't want any selections. This is just a video you're going to watch, but it's going to play into another video. Like in this case, after this plays, it goes into a loop where they have a choice. Right? And that's where the viewer would interact and make a choice. Well, when this video reaches the end, I don't want it to just stop. I want it to continue to this looped video so that the players will be able to have that, not players, viewers will be able to have that choice. So what do? I use video options. I go into video options, and in the play next, that's where you would select what video you want to play when this video reaches the end. I'm going to select the video where they make the choices, and you hit save. Now, when this video reaches the end, it'll start to automatically play the next video. Now, we're on this video. Well, I want this video to loop. What if they don't make a choice? What if they're taking a sip of their coffee? What if they have to go take a dump? Right? I don't want this video to just stop and then stay frozen until they make a choice. I want it to continue to loop. Well, how do we do that? That would be the second choice in the video options. We then go into the video options and click on loop and then save that. Now, if we go back, we have our play next. Alright, it's going to play next to this one, and then when this one reaches the end, it will automatically loop until a choice is made. Now, how do we make a choice? I can't click. I can't do anything. We go over here to where it says, right next to import video, create hotspot. We're going to create a hotspot. We click on create hotspot. You can also cancel if you want, but we're going to create a hotspot. And then you just literally start dragging from the point where you want to create the hotspot. I want to create it right here. So I'll drag that across. And there's my hotspot. Now I have a bunch of options. For this, in this case, I'm just going to do the video selection, but in the first video, I'll show you the other options that are available. In this case, when they click on these options, these hotspots, I want it to link to another video. I want another video to start playing. So I'm going to go to the drop down over here where it says select the video to link, and I'm going to click scene 2 because when they choose this top choice, this hotspot, I want it to go to scene 2, and then we save the hotspot. Now I'm going to go and create hotspot because we have another option, and I'm going to highlight that and create a hotspot. In this selection, when they choose this, I want it to go to this video, and I'm going to save that hotspot. Now you'll see that once we've created these hotspots, the hotspot list on the right is now populated. And we can now see not only the hotspots listed, but we can also see what those hotspot options are. Hotspot 1 links to scene 2. Hotspot 2 links to scene 6. Well, they're not doing anything. How do I test these? How do I make sure they function? Well, that's why we have the switch to playback mode and edit mode. We have a playback mode and edit mode. Playback mode will allow us to actually interact and test our hotspots. Now, before we go to playback mode, while we're still in edit mode, if you click on a link, let's say I decide, well, you know what? Actually, I want this hotspot to do something else, right? So then you'd click on the hotspot that you want, right? Let's say the top one, hotspot 1, and you can change what it does. But I want it to go to scene 2, so I'm going to cancel and leave that alone. But whenever you click on a hotspot, its options box will reappear and you can adjust the settings. Once a hotspot's selected, the delete hotspot button will appear and you can delete the hotspot that's selected. Let's say I want to delete hotspot 2. I can delete it, but I don't want to delete it. I want that to be an option, so let's put that back. And that's again is going to link to scene 6. Now if you notice, if we go to the other videos, we don't see hotspots because those videos don't have hotspots. So far, only our video 2, loop 1, has hotspots. Let's create some hotspots in video 1 just to demonstrate some of the other options you have in a hotspot. I'm going to create just a random hotspot here, and for this one, we're going to, when someone clicks on it, we're going to make it say something. We're going to have a dialog box appear. Let's save that. And now I'm going to create another hotspot. And in this hotspot, I want a web browser to pop up with a website. Let's say google.com. HTTPS. You have to actually put the entire link or it won't pop up. Actually, I'll put my website. MidnightRoachMedia.com. I'm still working on that, by the way. Let's save that. All right, again, we need to test these. So now let's get to the playback mode and edit mode. Up here, you'll see a button that says switch to playback mode. When you're in edit mode, it'll say switch to playback mode. And when you're in playback mode, you'll see our options change because we're in playback mode. And the button will change and now says switch to edit mode. And if we click that, we're back in edit mode. But we want to go to playback mode because that's where we're going to test the functionality of our hotspots so that we can see if they work. Let's go to playback mode. And then we also have the option to toggle full screen. If we click on that, you'll notice we're now in a full screen mode, right? And you'll see that our hotspots are now active. Every time I hover over a hotspot, the cursor changes to a hand. And that lets us know that that area is active because once you export the project and once you upload it to the internet and people interact with it on the web browser, they won't see these red boxes. These red boxes are only here when you're working in the app for development mode. All right, so these won't be there when you export the project. These won't exist. The only way you'll know the hotspots exist is because the cursor will change. So you just hit the escape button and that takes us right out of toggle full screen mode. Now what's really nice about these hotspots is that they're responsive, which makes this a cross-platform experience, right? No matter what platform and no matter what resolution their screen is in, they're still able to interact the way we intended them to. See, the hotspots are fully responsive, and they'll maintain these properties even when you export them and host them on a website and people use them in a browser. No matter how the browser changes, the hotspots will adapt with the video. So now, as you can see, if we go to playback mode and we try everything out, our hotspot works. All right, we get the dialog pop-up. That works. The website pops up, right? So our website link works, and when the video ends, we continue to the next video. And you'll see that these hotspots are now active. And if I click on this one, hotspot 1, it takes us to scene 2.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have some coffee.
And if we click on hotspot 2, we go to scene 6.
All right. I'll get something from the cabin.
And if we don't make any decision, the video will continue to loop until we do. You have the option to save your project. And let's save our project. We could do it in playback mode too. So you'll see that it gives you the option to choose your directory, and it saves the project as a .fmvp, so it has its own extension, so you can't confuse it with anything else. But the nice part is that once you upload your videos into your project, when you save it, all the videos that are part of your project will also be saved within the project folder, project file, right? So even if you no longer have access to those videos, and all you have is this saved project file, once you load it, all those videos will be loaded into your project because they're saved within the file. So I already saved it. Let's load our project. So okay, we're going to load this one. And we'll hit load project, and again, once it's finished loading, you'll see it says project loaded successfully. Okay, we got our little video set up. We have our hotspot set up. Our interaction is working the way we want. So now we want to export our project. We want to share this. I want everyone else to be able to use this as well. So at this point, what we do is you've tested everything. Everything is working. You're ready to go. We go and click on the export button. And make sure there's no, yeah, okay, we covered everything. Yeah, so let's go to the export button. And when we get to the export button, I'll call this, it's gonna create a zip file that's automatically gonna generate and store all the files you'll need for your web host. I'm gonna call this test2, and let's save that. And once it's done saving that, you'll get a pop-up that says project exported successfully. Click OK. And now we can go to where our project is. We can unzip it. And if we look inside the folder, test2, we'll see that we have an index file, an index.html. We have a JavaScript file, script.js, styles.css, and of course our videos that were necessary and part of our project. It automatically generated and created all the files we need. Now, how do I host this? How do I make this so that people can use it online? Well, let me show you. We literally just have to take these 4 files and these 3 files in this folder and just upload it to the root directory of our web host. So now we're going to go to whatever host you use. I'm going to show you 2 options because I actually have hosting with DreamHost. You can use GoDaddy, whatever you want. But if you don't want to necessarily use a paid hosting service, I'm going to show you a free alternative. So where you can get free hosting. But first let's do, if you have a host. Now later on you'll see I have a subdomain, FMVMachine demo. And that's going to be where I'm going to upload a actual interactive film I'm going to film this week so that you can actually see what you can actually do with this software, especially if you're very creative. There's a lot. So you're going to get to see, that'll be up probably in a week. So if you go to that subdomain, you'll be able to see that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume you already have a website, you already have hosting. So we're going to FTP over to the root of my website. And once you're in the root of your website, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. There we go. We're going to add a new folder. We're going to call this folder FMVMachine. Then we're going to go into the FMVMachine folder, and we're going to upload first the 3 files, right, that we exported. I'm going to show you right now just how easy this is. So we go, remember we exported as test2, right? We unzipped it, and we're going to grab these 3 files that were automatically generated. We're going to upload those. And then we're going to go ahead and upload the entire folder containing the videos that we need for our project that was also automatically generated. Yes, upload it. I am not a virus. Now that's done, you'll see in our videos folder we have our videos. So now what we can do is we can go to the website, so you'd go to your website like you normally would, right? But at the end where you see that backslash, you would add the name of the folder you created in the root directory of your website. And you'll see that our video pops up. Now we can interact with that video. Oh, right. Yeah, there we go. Now, some web browsers are very finicky, so if it doesn't automatically play, you gotta make sure that it's not, your browser isn't blocking the play video or audio of this. And that's about it. Oh, our hotspots are still there. Ah, so as you can see, we had those hotspots over there. So let's play our video. Now remember, we put one hotspot over here. You'll see that that still works. All right, that was our dialog pop-up. And then we had another hotspot over here, and that hotspot brought up the website. So we have that one, right? And then if we go to the end and we go to our choices, you'll see that those hotspots still work.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have some coffee.
All right, let's go to over there. And you see our choices still work.
Right.
Now the
I'll
great
get
part
something
is,
from the cabinet.
like I was saying before, no matter how the videos resize, the hotspots will still be active, and I'll show you that now. Right? So we'll go ahead and shrink that. Right? Let's shrink that, and you'll see that our hotspots are still active where they should be. Right? So even if I was on a cell phone that had a very small screen size, they can still go on a browser and interact with our video.
Yeah, that's it. I'll have some coffee.
And it's that simple. So again, we just went to the root directory of our website. We created a folder where we want to place all the files for our interactive movie, right? And then we simply uploaded the 3 files that were automatically generated, and then uploaded the video containing the video source files for our project. Right? 3 files and the video, exactly the way it's structured in the zip file. That's it. It's that simple. Of course, there's free options, right? If you go to infinityfree.com, right? infinityfree.com. You register, I already did. You sign in, you log in, I already did. And you can set up a free web host. So let's say you don't have a web host, or you don't have money to host all these different interactive projects you want to put up. You can do it for free.